Hello, and welcome to Killer Score, the podcast that covers cult classic films with amazing soundtracks that we think you should take a gander at. I am the temporary opening host and technical producer, Richard Eckert.
Cat. We have a cat situation.
We have a cat situation.
So Dee'll get the mic in a little bit, but until their hands are free, I am happy to announce that, per the announcement last week, we are covering a real deep cut of esteemed director Shane Black's filmography, and that would be the, I want to say, 2005 neo-noir buddy cop action comedy movie.
We're working with a cat.
Yeah, we're...
Again.
That one, the one that really wants attention.
He's a little whore.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he decided that this would be the guest episode.
Yes.
Evidently, he's a big Lethal Weapon fan, isn't he?
Yes, apparently he is.
Okay, so this week we're covering Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This was another entry in a long list of things that I'm surprised that we didn't cover sooner. And it was kind of an impromptu pick because originally I was going to bring heavy metal to the table, but as many of you are painfully aware, we
almost had a surprise guest appearance.
Yeah.
From Dalton's brother.
Note to self: always coordinate these.
Yeah, we probably should have let him know we were recording. After we made dinner.
I thought he got some already. I thought he got
later.
Did he not get food?
No, he was bringing down the bowl.
Oh, okay. All right. So
That's so funny.
we're off to a great start.
Just seeing. Just
Turning around and walk back up.
like mid-step.
He's like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am the one bringing Kiss Kiss Bang Bang to the table. We have an uninitiated and one who has seen it before.
Yeah, I have seen this before. It was a while. I remember liking it. I was not paying the most attention the first time I watched it because it was just like a rental, I think. But like,
It was Blockbuster.
probably, when was this?
2005.
2005, I think.
Yeah, or my dad rented it and it was in the background and I was just kind of there. But yeah,
Kind of like me in The Last Jedi.
yeah, but it was.
Dracula, do not eat the tripod.
I remember thinking, oh, that seems good, but I don't remember much besides that because it was years ago. So yeah, here's Aaron.
Uninitiated.
I've seen like 2 clips of this movie on YouTube and I don't remember either of them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I was one of those like quotable scene clips and I can't remember it. Sorry. I've never seen this movie, obviously. And yeah.
Have you seen this movie, Dracula?
He just turned 1. I don't think he knows what a movie is.
Well, we've already established he's a Shane Black fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Robert Downey Jr. is in it. I think.
He is.
I don't know. Okay. I know nothing about this movie.
So, sorry,
It's a film.
Yeah, it's a film.
Indeed a film.
I'm gonna be busy here, so apologies for the long stretch of awkward silence.
You're good.
You're good.
So, as I said, this movie was released in 2005 and written and directed by seminal action comedy writer Shane Black. I keep wanting to say Lewis Black, and that would have been way funnier. But
Nope.
But yes, directed and written by Shane Black, produced by Joel Silver. Kind of a big deal. He also did Lethal Weapon, with a score by John Ottman. So,
I know who Shane Black is. I don't know who any of those other people are.
Joel Silver is
Pretty big deal.
He's a pretty big deal. He produced the Lethal Weapon movies.
Okay, then I should know who he is.
And a whole bunch of others, but I'll put a list down here because it really is way too big to rattle off right now.
Gotcha.
So, essentially what this movie is a buddy detective movie that takes heavy inspiration from and parodies elements of hard-boiled detective novels and films.
Not to be confused with the movie Hard Boiled that we covered on the podcast. Go watch it. It's got probably over 10,000 views by now.
Yeah,
It's got like 50,000. Somehow.
Holy shnikey. For our viewers in Southeast Asia and the Philippines, thank you.
Yeah, y'all rock. So deep is the noir influence of this movie that it was very loosely based on a mystery novel by Brett Halliday called Bodies Are Where You Find Them.
Huh.
Which I've not read and nobody will ever read unless they're crazy lucky at a flea market, I guess.
Yeah.
Out of print?
Basically.
Ah.
They're pulp novels. They're
That's fair. They're usually out of print.
so.
You might find one in a little free library. You never know.
You never know.
It might.
I did find some pulp novels there once.
If we've got some hardcore detective book fans out there, tell me how wrong I am about how available it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
My question to the two of you would be, how familiar are you with the works of Shane Black?
Moderately familiar.
I've seen a good portion of his filmography.
I've seen probably 4 or 5 of his movies, I want to say.
It's weird. You either get Peak or you get some...
Or you get the
crap.
Predator.
Or you get the Predator.
Yeah.
And you get the semi-decent Iron Man movie until the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Man 3.
I would say I'm pretty sure it was Iron Man 3 because, Shane Black's got a thing for Christmas.
Yeah.
As proven by this movie, famously enough.
Didn't he do, was it The Other Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've seen
No, not the other guys.
The Nice Guys?
The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys.
Yeah. The Other Guys is the Mark Wahlberg and...
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Okay. He
Decent.
did The Nice Guys.
Yeah, that one's fun.
I've seen the first 3 Lethal Weapon movies. I'm blanking on another one. I want to say, did he do Gremlins? Or is that someone else?
No, that's Joe Dante.
Joe
Dante, sorry.
That's alright.
Yeah, those are the ones I've seen that I can think of off the top of my head.
Those are good ones.
They are good ones.
Yeah.
He also did some ones that were less financially successful, which is what brings us to the story of this one. Following the financial failure of a movie that would eventually be a cult hit, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and a rejection letter from the Motion Picture Academy, Shane Black began work on what would be a departure from the action genre.
Are you reading off Wikipedia right now?
No. I have
Okay.
liner notes.
Okay.
I took notes.
That sounded like a Wikipedia article.
I took notes from a bunch of articles written on the movie.
Rich is
Gotcha.
actually starting a video essay on this movie.
You gotta do the video essayist voice.
What, just step off stage and be an AI?
No.
Oh.
No, just use way too much vocal fry.
This is now essayist ASMR. I want no part of this. Anyway,
It's gonna end up on TikTok somehow.
In the midst of writing this, Shane Black was like, okay, action isn't working that well, let me make a rom-com. Which
okay.
it gets even funnier.
Which it didn't become, obviously.
Yes and no. You'll see what I mean in a moment.
Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. hook up? Like, what?
I don't know, but there's an episode of Torchwood called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang that is very gay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, hilariously relevant.
James Marsters and John Barrowman have a scene where it looks like they're about to bang each other because they're like making out real hard.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, he's like, let me write a rom-com, and he wanted to specifically emulate the works of his good friends James L. Brooks, who you might know as one of the minds behind The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
He founded Gracie Films. And James L. Brooks also wrote a movie that would be weirdly influential on this.
Not to be confused with Gramercy, who we'll get to eventually on this podcast.
Absolutely. So, Jesus.
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
Back to the video essay.
Yeah.
God is my witness, I will get through this ramping introduction. Even if it takes my blood, sweat, and tears. Anyway, so
Your blood pressure through the roof.
you two are the dynamic duo in the worst way possible.
We always are.
Fuck off.
Love you too.
Okay, get cute and get us views while I rattle this off. Anyway,
Okay, you want views?
jackasses. Anyway, he specifically wanted to make his own version of that rom-com As Good as It Gets. You know, the one with
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that one. The cover where Jack Nicholson's like,
Yeah, that one.
The one where he's holding a dog.
no, As Good as It Gets is the cover where he's like,
That's a lot of his movies in his later years.
Yeah. Also, no, there was like a DVD copy where he's just like holding like a puppy or something.
really?
Yeah.
Because I always think of the split shot cover where there's like the lady from the movie.
Yeah, that's
Diane
what it is.
Keaton.
Is it Diane Keaton?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's Diane Keaton on top, and at the bottom he's like, with the
Yeah.
sunglasses on.
He's making old movie star in a comedy face,
Yeah.
like Robert De Niro in Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
But
By the way, shout out to Robert De Niro. Did you guys just hear about the announcement he just had?
what?
No.
No, Robert De Niro's daughter came out as trans, and he was just like, good for her.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have a Hollywood icon who isn't yikes.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's working with James L. Brooks, getting.
trans into me?
He's working with James L. Brooks, asking him for notes on how to write a rom-com.
Yeah.
But then Brooks hits him with a weird curveball suggestion.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
He said, and I quote,
Let's turn this into a Simpsons episode.
no. What started out as a quirky story of two kids in LA completely flipped after many rewrites were lost focus. And Brooks said, and I quote, imagine Jack Nicholson from As Good as It Gets, except with the main character
Oh no.
except with the main character being more reminiscent of his character from Chinatown.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And when Black got that suggestion, he's
He's holding the dog.
I told you he's holding the dog.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the DVD copy that
Oh,
my
yeah, he's
grandparents had. Where's Dracula? Actually, he won't let me pick him up like that. I don't know.
This is gonna be a-
scratch to the fucking face.
This is going to be
I'll lose my eye even though I'm wearing glasses.
Yeah.
This is going to be Atomic Blonde 2.0. Anyway, so getting that weird ass suggestion, Black said, "Okay, gonna take it back to its roots. I'm going to do what I do best, and I'm gonna."
I like this cover too.
That looks like Chinatown. Like, it
Jesus
looks like he's much older, but in Chinatown.
Shit, it's not as good as it gets that I'm thinking of with the cover. Don't worry, I'll figure it out.
Something's got to give.
Is it
Something's gotta give. Yeah, that's what it is.
Look it up. Okay, let's.
Oh, it totally is. And I was right. He's doing the.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I just wanted to get the face down. I wanted to do the.
You got it out of your system?
You look like you're taking a shit. Look.
Aaron,
Yeah?
you good too?
Yes.
Can I do my job?
We were telling
We
you
will
to do your
permit it.
job.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. Anyway, he said, fuck it, I have to put murder in it. And after... What the fuck?
I was talking to her. You can continue.
Alright, so he said, I have to put murder in it. And a rework of the story became a big, giant, satirical Hollywood mystery movie. And he eventually created a character this is where Val Kilmer comes in. Why? Why?
They really did pick the right man to play the Joker.
They really
did.
He's got
Honestly,
a terrifying smile.
I'm gonna say it. Probably one of the best on-screen Jokers, if not the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say if not the best, up there with Caesar Romero.
Yeah.
Fuck ass mustache and all.
He was actually. I mean, without Romero.
Over his mustache.
Yeah. Because he refused to shave off his mustache.
Yeah, because that was his signature move.
Yeah, man.
He was the Latin lover.
Outside of that, he was just well known for, like, being a heartthrob of, like wasn't it,
Soap
like,
operas?
telenovelas and
Yes.
stuff like that? Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what the funny thing?
I started a telenovela in Mexico, and it's like, good for you?
I'm not shaving my fucking mustache. You pay me
mean,
over.
Weirder stuff has happened. I mean, Eartha Kitt was Catwoman, so...
Yeah, and what's his place who played Riddler? Apparently he was high off of his ass a lot of times.
Frank Gorshin?
Yeah, apparently Frank Gorshin was high off of his ass a lot of times. Which, have you seen him act on that show?
Yes.
That checks out.
That tracks.
That checks out.
So, this movie. Turning the movie...
Sparrow with a machine gun.
Are we going to cover the 1966 Batman movie, was it?
I've seen it.
Was it 66?
I want to say it was
66, yeah.
66.
But
Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
we're not covering it. We've all seen it.
Oh,
Damn it.
Oh, well.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah. Anyway, this movie's transformation from a rom-com to a mystery movie added in a new character to be a foil to the eventual star, Harry. And that character is Private Detective Gay Perry. Gay Perry.
How old are you?
Private Detective Gay Parrot?
Perry.
Oh, okay.
I said Perry because his name is a pun. Gay Perry. Gay Perry.
I thought you said Gay Parrot for a second, and I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, Gay Parrot. You know Gay Parrot.
Gay. Shut up. This intro. Anyway.
It's a missing parrot in our neighborhood.
Oh my god, I hate how my brain works.
Chris.
Now we're going back to the whole fucking Monty Python skit.
No, I'm just gonna give you a piece of advice for anyone who has pet birds. Do not give them people names. Because if your bird goes missing and you have to yell Chris, you're gonna get some guy on the street.
Be like, yeah? How do you know me?
It's such a common name. Can I finish this? Anyway.
Yeah.
So
You're the one who keeps getting distracted.
I keep getting distracted. But yeah. He wrote this character of a gay private investigator to break stereotypes essentially.
Okay.
And because in Black's own words, he had never seen the gay guy who kicks down the door, shoots everyone, and bails your ass out.
Yeah.
And as I said before, old detective novels were a huge influence, and he said he wanted to make a modern spin on it. Set in Hollywood. Because, it's cheap for him because he lives there.
Yeah.
And the whole plot drew from that book I mentioned, Bodies Are Where You Find Them. Mm-hmm. And so deep is the influence of this whole noir angle that the poster illustrator for Breakfast at Tiffany's and half the James Bond movies, Robert McGinnis, was brought in to do cover art for the in-universe detective books.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cool.
So yeah.
I forgot to bring this up. I'm sorry, but this is related to an old episode of ours, actually.
What?
Oh?
For those of you who saw this is a bit of a non sequitur, but it's related to one of our old episodes.
Synergy.
Yeah, so for those of you that really liked our In the Mouth of Madness episode,
Call back.
they're actually doing an official novelization of the book from the movie.
Nice.
Yeah, they're actually doing an official Sutter Kane. And, get this, it's gonna have the cover it did in the movie.
I missed those covers.
Yeah.
Those real pulpy.
Yeah,
covers.
it's gonna
Oh,
have
yeah.
the Sutter Kane and the Mouth of Madness cover. You know what the guy like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of weird faces today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Between
we're just
this-
hamming it up.
We're just hamming it up. But yeah, as I mentioned, Robert McGinnis drew the book art. Throw a rock at any 60s or 50s movie poster, and chances are he drew it. His fucking, like, body of work for film posters is insane.
Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else. I was like, did he do My Fair Lady? I can't remember if he did the art for My Fair Lady. I think it was someone else.
Nah,
Probably one of the Disney artists.
Probably.
probably. So, obviously, as you could tell about a movie that started out as a rom-com and became a neo-noir comedy,
It's all over the place.
production... It was. I mean, it's got a fairly consistent tone, but production started off really rocky. A lot of people rejected the script, which was initially called You'll Never Die in This Town Again.
Not a great title.
Not a great title.
Too wordy.
Too wordy, and
It's not punchy enough.
he had Kiss Kiss Bang Bang as a backup, which eventual co-star Val Kilmer would say go with that.
Yeah.
People rejected the script over and over before Joel Silver picked it up, having already done Lethal Weapon and The Last Boy Scout.
It's like how when they did Androids Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep into a film adaptation, they were like, yeah, it's a bad title.
Too much.
Yeah, and then they were in like, and Ridley Scott was in France, and he just happened to see this book about like the illegal organ theft market called The Blade Runner, and then he was just like, I'm gonna buy the rights to that title just so I can call my movie Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Good read, though.
Yeah,
That's a good book.
Yeah, but let's just hope you weren't going in expecting it was the book about
The French book.
The French book.
Yeah,
Um,
this has nothing to do with organ theft.
absolutely nothing.
Oh wait, no, there's that scene where they take James Wong, where they like hold up James Wong, who does like the eyes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
James Hong,
James Hong. Yeah,
the guy who plays Hannibal Chew.
James Hong, the guy who's in everything.
He is in everything.
Absolute legend.
Oh yeah.
Any viewers of our who haven't, please go see Everything Everywhere All at Once.
He's great in that. Yeah.
He's fantastic in that.
He was great.
He's great in the Kung Fu Panda movies too.
As Poe's dad.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Ping.
Yeah.
But
He's been doing a lot of voice acting in his later years.
oh yeah.
He's
Throw-
in a lot of the Disney, DreamWorks, and Pixar stuff.
Yeah, he is.
Throw a rock and hit an old Asian dude in stuff.
He's in Turning Red as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what else he's in? My personal favorite
What's
thing.
that?
He was Uncle Poe in Sleeping Dogs.
Oh yeah. Why do I have a feeling he was probably in Zootopia, and I'm forgetting who he played?
He was somewhere
Probably.
in there. Anyway, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, he's
Um,
been in everything.
So
They
Joel
probably had him play a panda or something.
Yeah, probably.
Joel Silver picked up the movie, and thanks to it kind of being a indie effort in terms of black stuff, it had a pretty low budget of $15 million,
Okay.
Okay.
and
That's
that is
the lowest on our show, but pretty low.
low by his standards.
Yeah.
And that is what ended up complicating the casting process. Super long story short, the movie's about a crook turned actor turned detective who teams up with an actual detective to solve a case he stumbled into. The role of Harry was initially going to go to either Benicio del Toro or Johnny Knoxville,
Okay.
who
Okay.
I can see either of them doing
who
it.
could have easily done his own stunts because he's basically immortal.
Yeah, have you seen that guy?
Yeah.
He looks great for his age and for
He
all the shit
does.
he's gone through.
Yeah.
He's a Highlander.
I'll say it. Johnny Knoxville turned into a silver fox.
Yeah, that's fair.
Quite literally, too. Have you seen his hair? It's like all gray now.
Yeah, it's...
I remember I watched, like, he did an interview once talking about the craziest stunts he did, and I was just like, Why are you attractive at this age?
Yeah.
And how do you have a recognizable face?
That's a better question. It's like, how do you not have 20 pounds of plastic in your face?
So,
I mean, he literally almost died multiple times.
yeah.
That's a true adrenaline junkie for you.
My favorite is the most famous one is the Red Rocket one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did that not go off right or something?
Yeah, and like the technician was like, if that was down just a few more feet, and he's like, bye Knoxville.
Yeah.
So, he was one of the choices for Harry, and Hugh Grant was considered for Gay Perry.
Okay.
But
tie into another old episode. Hugh Grant almost considered for the Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, multiple times.
This would have been like 90s rom-com Hugh Grant, though.
Yeah, but no, like during I believe he was up for like 8, 9, and 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was casting considerations for 8, 9, and 10.
he wouldn't have been bad.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
So, casting's going on, and that's when Robert Downey Jr. learned about the film from producer Susan Levin, who he was dating at the time. And he had just finished working with Joel Silver on Gothica, which ew.
Yeah, I'm like that's a name I haven't heard in years.
It's not a good movie.
No, it's
not good at all.
I remember seeing it in Blockbuster on a shelf one time. That's my only
Oh,
memory
it was
of
on the shelf all the time.
Oh yeah, where it belongs because it's garbage.
Yeah.
Erin, you hate asylum horror, like mental asylum horror.
That's the whole point of the movie?
Basically.
Ew.
Yeah.
So thanks to that aforementioned low budget,
I was confused with that. Was it Rihanna or
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry?
You're thinking of Disturbia.
No, not is it? No,
The Disturbia's one with Shia LaBeouf.
What's the one that had the Fred Durst song in it?
Oh my god, I think that is... Wait, no.
Is that Gothica?
No. It's that or 13 Ghosts.
I think it... Did Gothica... Was Gothica what had the fucking cover Behind Blue Eyes?
Oh, no.
I'm gonna look this up. You continue. I'm gonna look up Fred Durst horror.
This intro! Don't look at the timestamp, whatever you do. Anyway, I'm not even halfway through this. Anyway. So Robert Downey Jr. got the role because it was a shoestring budget, and for those of you not familiar, there was a time where Robert Downey Jr.'s career
was in the toilet.
Because he was fighting addiction and he had a stint in prison.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, let's have Robert Downey Jr. act in this. Let's keep the budget cheap.
Yeah.
His career's in the toilet. Things will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I was right. It was Gothica that had the fucking Behind Blue Eyes cover.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. How dare he whiz all over the Who. Anyway. God fucking damn it. Alright, Robert Downey Jr. got the role, and Susan Levin also brought in Val Kilmer, who had coincidentally wanted to make a comedy after mostly doing, action and drama stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable.
He got the role of Gay Perry, and he proved pretty dedicated to the role, having lost the 50 pounds that he had previously gained for his role in Alexander. And even though Perry is pretty well written, he's not
I hate my brain. Because when you're like, he got pretty dedicated to the role, I'm like, I don't like where this is going.
Oh, no.
Fuck you. Anyway, so obviously Perry, pretty well written character. Pretty free of stereotypes. Although, to commit to the role, he had taken to wearing nail varnish and a $500 pair of Louis Vuitton driving shoes to get into character.
Oh, yes, those well-known gay stereotypes.
Of nail polish and wearing expensive clothing.
Yeah.
Well, this guy was also the detective, the expensive ash driving shoes. I don't know.
Driving? Is that a thing?
I've heard of driving gloves.
Apparently.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that is a thing. Yeah, that is the thing. I learned about that from, what was it? The Michael Moorcock book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, got 2 charismatic leads, and in my opinion, a really good score. Having rewatched it for this, by the way, I actually did rewatch it.
Good.
And the score for this movie was composed by movie composer and, weirdly enough, film editor John Ottman. Probably most famous for doing fucking everything with Bryan Singer.
Nice.
I mean it. Like, if Bryan Singer did a movie, there's like a 90% chance that Ottman did the score. And that includes The Usual Suspects, Apt Pupil, the X-Men movies, Superman Returns, Valkyrie, and baffling Oscar for Best Editing winner Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I did say baffling.
Hey, did you guys hear they made a big improvement to the Oscars? You have to watch the movie to vote in the category.
Wait, that wasn't a policy before?
You didn't know that?
Because that's how the Boss Baby was going to win Best Picture.
That's how Disney has won so many Best Pictures.
What?
Yeah.
Because they're just like, it's Disney giving the Oscar.
Because they're just like, oh, my kids like the Disney movies.
This intro's long enough. Okay. We'll rant about that later.
Broke Richie a little with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
You just had to watch some movies in the category.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. D,
Is that how Crash won?
Yes.
Probably.
Probably because no one fucking watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like, it's a movie with social commentary, I've heard.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, it
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah, and
That
people
would explain
campaign
Green
for.
Book.
Yeah,
That would explain Green
exactly. That would explain Green Book. Nobody fucking watched that either. You too, commenter. I know that whoever's typing down there. No, you didn't.
It's gonna be me.
You're going to leave a
You're
comment saying,
I'm
I
gonna be
watched.
the one that leaves the comment. It's just gonna say, I watched Green Book.
So,
Why am I feeling we're going to get like someone's like aunt or something in the comments? Just be I like that movie.
Let's all comment. I watched Green Book.
we got to complete the trifecta now. We absolutely got to do the trifecta.
Alright, when this video releases publicly, everyone comment, I watched Green Book.
Everybody, all of you.
Everyone and your mom.
Everyone.
Ben, Chris, get on that. Anyway.
Greatest film ever, Green
And your
Book.
Aunt Cheryl. Remember your Aunt Cheryl.
So,
See, racism is the thing we can overcome. Isn't chicken good?
that's a real message of the movie, by the way.
He
Anyway.
gets the white guy to like fried chicken.
Which itself has a very complicated history.
That movie fucking sucks.
I
Anyway.
literally watched an entire documentary on the history of soul food, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Is it just driving Miss Daisy for dumbasses?
Yes.
Basically. It's this generation's Driving Miss Daisy. Anyway,
I just
Ottman-
think of Be Kind Rewind.
so Ottman didn't just work with Singer, though. Have either of you played the PC game adaptation of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream?
What? He did that?
He did the
Okay.
music.
Oh, the
I was
music's
gonna
really good
say-
for that.
That was one of the game. Okay, for some context, my dad is a old school PC gamer,
Yes.
so he has that. He said you're not allowed to play this game.
He gave me all of Doom on floppies.
Yeah.
He did give you the entirety of the first Doom game on floppy drives.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did the music. Yeah, John Ottman, the guy who did all the Bryan Singer movies, did the music for I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and also
Don't copy that floppy.
and also the score for this, which is, I'd call it theatrical, but you ever hear a score that's like theatrical for comedic purposes? Pretty bouncy.
Boom, 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 boom.
Basically.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
This
That's
is when we get my piano out of the basement and just start doing this.
that's yeah, Ottman does a lot of that in this one. It's really effective.
Why can I do that so good?
I don't know.
That's terrifying. I
You-
don't know why
Yeah.
that's scary.
You actually perfectly describe the mood
Oh no.
in a good way. Like the music's good, okay?
I'm sorry, I hear that music and I just think of like some like bumbling idiot in a movie be like, oh, I'm gonna go trip over something right now and walk into a wall.
Mr. Bean.
Oh my god. You're actually not too far off in some ways.
Oh my god.
In smart ways.
Okay. Smart slapstick.
And then eventually, it's funny you mentioned The Nice Guys, which I know you're a fan of that movie.
Quite.
Yes.
Ottman would later go on to work with Shane Black to do the music for The Nice Guys.
Okay, that's
Nice.
nice.
Which, honestly, it fits because this movie, in a lot of ways, is a proto-Nice Guys.
Oh, I'll probably like it then.
Same
Yeah.
kind of neo-noir aesthetic, same kind of odd couple
Cool.
thing. Not that helped the box office returns because it had a really limited release. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang had an October 21st release and a couple of weeks of screening at most. That was admittedly extended, thankfully, due to good reviews.
Okay.
However, its domestic box office total was abysmal at 4,243,756.
Is that bad?
Against
That's
its...
an oddly specific... You pulled those exact numbers.
Yes. I pulled them, but they're in my liner notes. They are in my notes.
Yeah, they are. I'm
Yes.
surprised it didn't end with like 25 cents or something.
And 17.
No, I don't know how anyone got that number. But worldwide it made...
Calculator.
Jesus Christ.
That's so unfunny, it's funny.
But yeah, worldwide it was $15.8 million box office return against the $15 million. But despite those terrible returns, it got good reviews with praise for, obviously, the performances of Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer and the script.
Nice.
And you know who agrees with me about this being one of Robert Downey Jr.'s best movies?
Who?
Robert Downey Jr. Box office saddened him, obviously, but he loved working on the movie. And he had said that this movie actually opened up a door for him because one of the people who loved his performance in this movie was Jon Favreau.
Oh, okay.
All of those who have been living under a rock for the last several decades...
Iron Man.
I don't know what a rock is.
Like a rock.
But yeah, this movie actually was directly responsible for Favreau casting Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, and that kind of
it's an okay casting choice.
better than Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I know. I was just doing it for comedy's sake.
I know.
Yeah.
It's iconic. It's an iconic casting. I'm not gonna argue against.
It even says that in my liner notes too at the very bottom.
For those of you living under a rock, Iron Man marked a radical career resurrection for Downey, and Shane Black would be brought in to direct and co-write Iron Man 3.
Oh yeah.
You're reading your notes verbatim.
It's called a script. Anyway, but yeah, I love this movie. It's one of my favorite comedy movies ever. In no small part due to Val Kilmer's amazing performance as the straight man to the bumbling idiot Downey Jr. is playing. And since streaming rights are a total nightmare for this movie, I bought a Blu-ray for it.
Are you sitting on it?
No, D, I think it's on your end.
Oh, I think you knocked it over earlier.
Oh, God. This episode's intro.
Where is it? Did I move it when we were moving things earlier?
Aaron,
Probably.
Aaron, say stuff.
Check over there.
Jesus Christ.
Can we just like cut this part out because I honestly am drawing a blank on anything that would be even mildly interesting or relevant to this podcast. Actually, no. Here's something. So, if you like if you're a fan of Robert Downey Jr., you're probably familiar with the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes films. If you're wondering what it was in the bag the whole time, Babe, it was in the bag the whole time.
It was in the bag.
I found it.
Yeah.
What bag?
My bag.
Richie's.
Oh my god.
But yeah, a little factoid, the English accent that Robert Downey Jr. does in the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes movies is... Yes.
It's a good accent.
Yeah.
He actually learned that for Chaplin, which is a movie he did like 15 years prior, because he did a Charlie Chaplin biopic.
Haven't seen that one.
I've heard it's good.
So, I have the Blu-ray right here. It's and I believe that it is appropriate for the uninitiated to read the blurbs.
They say love and money don't mix. I'm not gonna get started on that one. But you can't blame Harry Lockhart for trying. He's been whisked from a life of petty crime to Hollywood, where he'll audition for the role of a movie detective and be tutored for the part by a private eye. Now all he has to do is convince the dream girl he meets that he's a real detective, and not stumble over the corpses as real life abruptly gives way to the real. There's a pun. Lights, camera, plenty of action. Shane Black, Lethal Weapon. That is a Christmas movie. Fight me.
As is this one. Also Fight Me.
Provides the screenplay and makes his directing debut in a clever fusion of buddy movie and hard-boiled noir produced by Joel Silver. Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, and Michelle Monaghan played the thrust-together trio, a naive schemer, a tough-as-nails gay detective, and a hopeful actress clinging to her dream. Kiss, kiss, bang, bang, watch, watch. I actually read the entire thing without stumbling for once.
I know.
Well done.
Good job.
Oh
yeah.
You see what I mean, though, with the rom-com elements, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, having rewatched this, I will say that is the weakest part.
Mm-hmm.
It's at its best when Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer are doing their shtick.
I hate you.
Yeah. And some of the romance stuff, a bunch of it could have been cut, and all you would have lost is a couple of kind of ew jokes.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm still up for this. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
Cool.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Here on Killer Score after screening Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, directed by Shane Black and starring Robert Downey Jr. and the late Val Kilmer.
And what was it, Megan Monaghan?
Yes.
Michelle. It says Monaghan.
I think it's pronounced Moynihan.
There's no I.
Tomato.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Michelle.
though I am saddened, obviously, by the passing of such a legendary talent in Val Kilmer, I'm at least glad that, well, circumstances permitted us to pay tribute to him with this movie.
Yeah.
I said it before, I'll say it again, it's one of my favorite comedies. Script is sharp and on point. The cinematography, lighting, and score all make a wonderful noir pastiche, and as expected of Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer, the acting and chemistry is on point. But I will save the rest of my discussion for later and move to our uninitiated.
It's wrapped around your ankle.
Yep, it is.
So, I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the jokes were great. The action, I enjoyed. I like that it wasn't like trying to be, I don't want to say super hard on the action, but because in the way that it was like, oh, shaky cam and this, that, the other thing. It was more like, this is shot well for the film that they're going for, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah, there's a precision to...
There's a lot of precision to it.
To the action and to the cinematography.
Yeah. There's a lot of wide shots, a lot of tracking shots. I love both of those, but...
D thoughts while you browse on...
browse the Xbox store.
Hey, man, this sale's ending in a few days, so... I mean, they got Reload.
Yeah, they got Persona 3 Reload.
They got Reload on sale, so if you guys are part of the weird subset that owns an Xbox but likes JRPGs like I do, they have the Persona games on sale right now.
Mass Destruction.
Yeah, man. Oh, shit, this is a Persona collection. Ooh. Even better.
4 and 3.
Yeah. Well, P3P, which is the portable version. But I like Hot take. I like P3P.
Oh, I love it.
Same. It was my introduction to Persona 3.
Quick hot take.
Yeah.
Female protagonist is better.
Yeah, and the fact that they charge $70 for the Persona 3 remake and don't even include the female protagonist.
Boo.
Boo.
Now, there is a Persona collection here. Regular price is $90.
Well, that's a collection. I'm
That
saying
is true.
I'm saying for Persona 3 Reload, which is the remake.
Digital Deluxe Edition is $80.
Yeah, I know.
And they don't have female protagonists.
Yeah, they don't have the femme protag.
Anyway, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yes, it is fucking awesome. I really enjoy it. It's got that witty Shane Black style that he's well known for. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, as we've said.
But here?
Yeah, but this is
Here it
definitely
doesn't.
one of the ones where it works. In a way, this kind of feels like almost like the prototype version of The Nice Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Same kind of neo-noir
Yeah.
pastiche.
Except this one, if I have a criticism, it's a little tonally confused, I feel like. A little bit,
Yeah.
like we said, the rom-com stuff.
Like I said, it's the weakest part.
Yeah.
It's the weakest part, but it's still entertaining.
Yeah, but you could tell. I could almost see Shane Black sitting back and going, "Okay, here now the biggest strength of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was the witty back and forth between the two mismatched protagonists. I should focus on that." And then that's what they did with The Nice Guys, because there's none of that. There's literally. I almost think The Nice Guys is making fun of the romantic element
Of
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, because Gosling thinks that's going on, and the woman in the film has no interest in him whatsoever.
And there's a bit of that here, but not to...
No, she's clearly got a thing for him still,
It's an old flame kind of deal.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not like...
But it's also you guys were in high school, people move on, people change.
Yeah.
Think about how you were in high school versus how you are now. You're like, I'm a different person now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just want to say, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
If ever there were a role that would put Robert Downey Jr. back on the map, this is a great one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I get why it was Iron Man, but yeah.
Yeah, this pointed him in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he plays the part of a very lucky idiot quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Harry's a dude who he's not unskilled and he's not unperceptive, but he also puts his foot in his mouth a lot, and he tends to think like an action movie to his own detriment.
Yeah.
And it always bites him in the ass.
Yeah, because they acknowledge that, it feels like a crime thriller or a pulp detective novel. And they reference back to it it feels like one of those old pulp detective novels we read as kids. And it was and even Val Kilmer's character, Perry, he's just
Yeah,
it doesn't work like that in real life. Go home.
Yeah.
And seeing as how this is a tribute to Val Kilmer, I feel like we got to talk about him and Gay Perry.
Yes. I thought he was fun.
Yeah.
My favorite bit is when he's taunting this guy he's like, "You know you're gay. Come on, you know you're gay." And he literally shoots him out of a gun hidden in his pants.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite part of Val Kilmer's bit.
With that whole zinger, homophobes never check there.
Yeah.
His little derringer.
Yeah.
They're good at setting up and paying off things too.
They are. Sorry.
Any observations, I guess?
Yeah. I would say that I really like the movie, like I said. Scores, okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It does its job.
Nothing stands out in it for me.
No,
There's nothing where I'm like, oh my god,
There's nothing something that really sticks out. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's repetitive or redundant.
Yeah.
But
It works.
It works, but
It's
I also feel like
music.
I've heard it before.
Yeah.
There is one thing I want to highlight score-wise. Yeah, like I said, John Ottman, the X-Men guy, and the guy who did not earn that Oscar at all for Bohemian Rhapsody. The editing is fucking atrocious in that movie.
It really is.
What the fuck?
I feel like the Academy just looks at biopics and goes, that one.
Yeah, I don't know what
Regardless of,
actual quality.
you know,
Yeah.
or character assassination of one of the greatest rock vocalists who ever lived. You know.
Yeah, I'm so amazed people like that movie.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I'm just amazed that people go, yeah, I love Freddie Mercury. I love that movie that makes Freddie Mercury look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't even like a whole artistic license melodrama type thing like with Rocket Man, which
And the
takes
thing is,
like
Rocket Man is accurate.
Because Elton John worked on the movie.
Yeah, and Elton John was like, yeah, I was a piece of shit. Yeah,
yeah, he
that's
was a
accurate.
mess.
He's like, yeah, I was an addict. I was an alcoholic. I did all this.
Yeah.
Throw it in the movie.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Freddie Mercury, a dead person
Yeah.
who did not have the chance to fucking defend himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm not qualified to be that guy, but I'll say it again. The portrayal of Freddie Mercury at his lowest in that movie is borderline homophobic.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Or let's not get over the fact that it was like, I'm gonna do Live Aid because I know I have AIDS and I want to make my dad proud of me.
When it's like, he didn't get diagnosed with AIDS until, like, 2 years later or something?
Yeah.
Like they play fast and loose with history.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they just move history around so it fits the plot.
And it's funny how all the members of Queen are so boring that they knew that they had to still make the movie focus on Freddie, but they wanted to make themselves look better. So they're like, Freddie, you can't be doing this, man. We're Queen. We're working hard in the studios. You're out there partying and doing all this lame crap. We want to go home to our wife and our kids. And I'm like, you're telling me the guys from Queen weren't partying it up? weren't
You tell me Brian May wasn't having a good time?
Yeah, you're telling me that his wife wasn't like, it's not how I remember it, Brian.
Yeah. Probably ex-wife, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still married. I don't know if they're divorced. I don't know if she's I don't care.
Who cares? Brian May is notable for a guitar and nothing else. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
Well, he has a degree in fuckery.
It's like rocket science or something like that, but I think he got an honorary or something stupid.
Yeah, probably.
anyway, the score is serviceable. I'd say the highlight for me is the last action scene, because that's when it actually has to
Yeah.
do more.
Yeah,
Like-
it does.
There, you get a couple of noir-esque saxophones in there.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I much prefer Ottman's score for The Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
You know,
I have not seen that.
too big. Can't
yeah,
cover it.
I figured we won't be able to, because I feel like everyone and their mom has either seen or heard of it.
Also, yikes.
As I said, I haven't seen it, so.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
So-
yeah, never mind.
Need I say more?
Yeah.
Let's cover
no.
the French Connection. That's not too big.
Let's go for the Italian job.
Yeah.
We've only had the one heist movie. Are there any cold heist movies? Any others?
There's gotta be more.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff we could cover.
Like
I feel like-
heist-wise?
I feel like that's a conversation we have when we're not recording.
Yeah, that's fair. But
We don't want to spoil our audience on future episodes before we even have a list ready.
So, I just want to say, this movie is one that I quote pretty frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The whole idiot thing.
the definition of an idiot. Huh?
Who taught you math?
Who
Who taught you math?
That one is pretty great.
Captain fucking Magic.
Yeah, who taught you grammar?
Yeah.
Vanish, disappear. Yeah, well, it's when Val Kilmer's trying to get Harry out of his room.
Yeah.
I like how this movie's good at setup payoff.
It really is.
Like with the Derringer.
I feel like it's also one of Shane Black's strengths is setup and payoff.
Yeah, like when you see Val Kilmer take the Derringer out from the glove box, and you see it kind of disappear off camera, you don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you remember, like when they're doing the interrogation, and when they're strapped down the chairs and he's egging on the guy, he's like, you know you got it in you. And that,
like, you know you want to see my Johnson.
and then, you know, you pat yourself on the back, it's like, up, there's the gun.
Yep. Chekhov's gun.
Yes.
There's certain directors that are just great at setups. It's like, I feel like previous podcast covering, which we will cover more of his work on there. I have several of his films on it, which is good old...
Edgar Wright?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Thank you.
I got one.
I mean,
another.
Hot Fuzz, I mean...
Oh, yeah.
And everything in Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I got another candidate.
Yeah, you want to act like an animal, go live in the fucking shed, you know?
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
That's another one. Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Watch any of the Benoit Blanc movies.
Yeah.
You know, Knives Out, Glass Onion. There's another one coming out too eventually.
Oh, nice. I still have to see Glass Onion. I feel like
I mean, we have Netflix now, so we can see it.
Yeah.
It's
on Netflix, so
it's a
go
good
watch it.
movie.
I'll watch it too.
Yeah.
Like
It will not be on the podcast.
too big, way too big. Although there is a Ryan Johnson movie that I might bring to the table eventually.
Oh, yeah?
Brick.
Oh.
I haven't seen it.
It's not going to be anytime soon because the noir homages are way too similar to the ones we just covered here.
Gotcha.
Like, that whole thing's basically a high school Dashiell Hammett book.
Okay.
Movie.
Maltese Falcon and all that.
It's Maltese Falcon, but with
That's Raymond Chandler.
high school.
Oh, you're right. That is Raymond Chandler.
Uh,
The only thing that Dashiell Hammett did.
What? You were right. That is Raymond Chandler.
Yeah.
Speaking of Raymond Chandler,
Yeah.
that was another author that inspired this movie a lot.
Yeah,
because
I was gonna say a lot of the covers they show of like that fake author, they're very similar to like the old Raymond.
No, he did the Maltese Falcon.
So that was Dashiell Hammett?
That was Dashiell Hammett. Raymond Chandler did Blackmailers Don't Shoot, Black Mass, and The Big Sleep.
The Big Sleep.
Oh, that's another one.
And also Raymond Chandler, I think, was and Raymond Chandler created Sam Spade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raymond Chandler was Sam Spade. I thought that was
Yeah.
Dashiell Hammett. Wow, it's just like a detective author tango here.
It really is.
Well, wait. Dashiell Hammett is Sam Spade. Philip Marlowe is the detective that was created by Raymond Chandler.
Yeah.
I get it mixed up because they were both played by Bogart.
Oh, by Humphrey Bogart, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, similar tones too, similar styles.
Yeah.
There's
gonna be the one person in the comments sounding off that they're completely different. I know there will be that one person.
Shout out to that one.
Shout out to that one person in the comments who says Dashiell Hammett and Raymond Chandler are completely different writers, in style and prose.
That one big noir guy.
Yeah, the one big noir guy.
You want to know? I just looked it up out of curiosity. Do you guys want to know how many actors have played Philip Marlowe over the years?
How many?
18.
18.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many actors have played Poirot?
Not as many.
I know it wouldn't be
Poirot?
I said not as many. He said not as many.
I'm surprised that more people haven't played Poirot than what the fuck's that guy's name again? The guy with the 18 actors. What was his name?
Philip Marlowe.
Marlowe.
And Sam Spade's had 10 actors.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Because I hear Sam Spade, and literally the only one I can think of is, Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, never mind.
What?
There's also some Japanese adaptations of Poirot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna.
Alfred Molina.
I'm gonna count this. You guys continue.
For
Poirot.
Poirot.
Yeah.
Don't look up Sherlock Holmes actors. You'll be here all day.
Yeah. Way too long. Speaking of Sherlock, again, I cannot overstate their chemistry, Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic in this film.
They play off each other effortlessly, with Robert Downey Jr. being
28
Poirot actors.
28 Poirot actors.
Really?
You see, the problem is, you know how when there's like a character that like there's one portrayal that's so well known and so good it just kind of overrides like
Everything else.
basically every other one.
Yeah.
Case in point, Humphrey Bogart and Sam Spade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the case with Poirot. For me, for a lot of people, for other people, it's like, oh yeah, David Suchet played.
Yeah.
And then it's
David
like,
Suchet.
and it's like, oh, more people than David Suchet played Poirot.
Poirot.
Like I knew that because there were those new,
Kenneth Branagh ones.
Kenneth Branagh ones
They're all right.
where he plays, little too actiony. They're trying a little too hard to appeal to the American audience, in my opinion. With like, oh no, this needs an action sequence,
In an Agatha Christie adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Like you can get away with action scenes moreover in like a Sherlock Holmes story.
And not only that, but there were literally like, if you want that, there are other Agatha Christie characters because she had like a husband and wife spy couple.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's news to me, actually.
Yeah, she wrote a lot. Like, I mean, most people just know her for
Poirot and Miss Marple.
Poirot and Miss Marple. My introduction to her was one of the non-Poirot, non-Miss Marple stories.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, I had one English class in high school that was cool enough to do Agatha Christie for one of our books.
Cool.
Oh.
We did, and then there were none. Which, yes, that's the title. For the love of God, do not look up the old titles of And Then There Were None.
Yeah, just don't.
You see, now you have me morbidly
Okay,
curious.
the poem 10 Little
12.
12 Little.
Oh no.
That's the original title.
I know.
And Then There Were None is the third title. Because both titles were slurs.
Yeah.
Because it went from 12 Little to 12 Little.
Two.
Oh,
And Then There Were None.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, they're slurs, all right.
Yeah. Because it went from the one I'm not going to say to Indians, which is not the preferred colloquialism, dude.
Yeah.
Take notes, Christopher, from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We say Native American.
Yes.
Yeah. Or indigenous peoples.
Yeah, or indigenous peoples. To, let's call it And Then There Were None. That's a much better title.
Yeah.
Classic literature. Yeah,
It's not good.
Anyway, honestly, all I want to do it real quick is
Especially on a cozy up with a book.
Yeah, right.
This
yeah.
conversation just wants me to cozy up with like one of my mystery novels.
Oh yeah,
I
like
mean, we got plenty of stuff.
literally.
Yeah, I got the one I'm reading in the basement right now.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious because
I got the one up.
In the dining room.
There's literally a collection of
And the Sherlock Holmes right there.
over there.
it's funny because we do a little book club on the side, and this one they were like, I want to pick up some more detective stuff after this.
Yeah, you're like past halfway the book, and it's been less than a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I just pretty much there's only two things I want to discuss in this very brief spoiler mark right here.
Yeah.
One is that scene.
The torture scene?
Well, we already kind of discussed that, but that was out of context. No, interrogation.
Oh, the interrogation. Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna play Russian roulette, and that was the first bullet. That was the only bullet. Shit.
I just put one bullet in there, didn't I? You put a live round in that gun. One of the best fucking subversions of like interrogation tropes.
Mm-hmm.
Because no, Harry, that's not an 8% chance.
That's 12.5%.
D, you made my day when that had you on the floor like it did? Because I thought for sure you were going to guess what would happen.
What?
With the Russian roulette scene. It had you floored.
You're just out of it today.
Yeah, I'm out of it today. Nah.
We running around.
Yeah, I ran around.
Lot of shopping.
Yeah.
But I do like, for as weak as the rom-com elements are, I like that he ends up not with her. With Harmony.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it felt like the right choice.
Yeah.
Because if they did it so it was like they end up together at the end, it was like, oh, he gets the girl. It feels too tropey.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's also established that they've both changed a lot as people over the years.
I do really
and
like
it
Val
just doesn't
Kilmer's
work.
character, though.
I love Val
Yeah,
Kilmer's
Gay Perry.
character.
Gay Perry's great.
Yeah.
He's ironically enough, he's a good straight man.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is 100% done with Harry shit.
He's just like, dude.
Literally from day one.
He's like, dude, you should not be here.
Yeah, he, like literally once the body like gets retrieved from the car in the lake, it's like
Go home.
Go home. You're now gonna be involved in this, so get out while you still can.
One of my, you know how I said I quote this movie all the time?
Yeah.
Like if someone asks me, "Do you think I'm stupid?" I always quote Gay Perry. I'm like, I think you wouldn't know how to eat if you didn't open up that hole you use it to so much. Yes, I think you're stupid.
Can we talk about the naked deer girl?
The naked reindeer.
Yeah. Whoever that was on the film production crew, I appreciate you.
Talk about playing some reindeer games.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, you know that there's some fucking furries out there who are like, yeah. I'm one of them. And I'm like, yeah.
I'm just thinking like the, I don't know, I'm thinking about that cage dancer. The one on the swing.
The cage dancer, the one on the swing.
Yeah.
And as superfluous as I think Harmony kind of was in the grand scheme of things, I thought that the actress Michelle Monaghan, Michelle Monaghan, she did a good job. She captures a very, as you said, like small town cheerleader type.
Yeah, because she looks the part of someone you went to high school with.
Yeah, and you kind of fall back in love with her like Robert Downey Jr. is.
Also, I want to mention something about that.
Yeah.
I do like that the development of kind of like Robert Downey of Harry and Harmony's relationship, and the way that one, they both grown and changed as people. Two, it was never gonna work anyway, and three, he kind of objectifies her in a way.
Yeah. It's
And
like he likes the idea of her.
he's obsessed with the idea of the one that got away.
Yeah.
Although I do like that he's never too...
He's never too forward about it, which I do appreciate. But because he's just an idiot. He is in love with the idea of this girl he liked in high school.
Yeah.
Although
without acknowledging that this is not the same girl that you had a crush on at your senior year of high school who dated the football jock.
I do appreciate, though, that when she's stressed out and she's been drinking her pain away, he backs off.
He backs off because at least he has enough respect for her not to do that.
Yeah. And, basic human decency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. Never when they're drinking, kids.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like that he doesn't get the girl in the end because it feels like it's rewarding bad behavior.
Yeah. And
which you see all the time in rom-coms.
It also doubles as like a cool, because by the end they imply that Perry and Harry are detective partners now.
Yeah, it's like literally there's like a credit like scene. No, I guess you say last scene. It's not really post credits. That is. That it was like, oh yeah, that basically says like, can you turn that off? We got a case.
Yeah.
Which I do find very entertaining.
Yeah.
Which, obviously,
was set up for a movie that never happened.
Set up for a sequel that didn't happen.
Which it could have had potential, but I'm glad that they didn't, and also it's kind of impossible now.
Yeah, Val Kilmer having passed away. And even before that, he lost his voice, unfortunately.
Yeah. Just want to say, though, what a loss that was.
Yeah.
This and Tombstone are two of my favorite movies. And he's a big reason of why both of them were.
Mm-hmm.
I probably just blew your mind, didn't I? Shocker. Rich likes Tombstone.
The cowboy likes Tombstone.
You like Tombstone? That's crazy. I would never have taken you as a Tombstone person, you know?
But, well, here's the thing. Tombstone's one of my favorites. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
Yeah, coming from the guy who owns a cowboy hat, yeah.
3.
Oh, God.
You own 3 now?
I've had 3. Well, technically 2. I had borrowed the one from you.
Yeah, and
remember?
Then you found out it doesn't suit you as much.
I don't know why, but the hair, I think. Your hair.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Folks,
I feel like the only...
about how weird it is that one of the only hats that looks good on me is cowboy hats, and I don't want to wear cowboy hats.
Yeah. Honestly, part of me feels like if I were to wear a cowboy hat, I'd probably do, like, a pink Pony Club style cowboy hat with all, like, glittery and shit. Even though I hate glitter, just go with rhinestones. That's fine.
I also like how, speaking of Pink Pony Club, I like how Perry is there's just enough, like, camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not so much that's offensive.
Yeah.
Like, as far as breaking stereotypes goes, you know.
Yeah.
Good job. I do have to mention one thing, though, that's still hilarious to me.
What's that?
When the cops are looking for them and Perry's like, kiss me, and they make out. Robert Downey Jr.'s revulsion was real, because if what he said was true, then apparently Val Kilmer, prior to that scene, had a hoagie from the craft service table with mustard. So
it's like, oh God, I don't want to kiss you. You taste like mustard. You taste like spicy ranch.
Mustard sucks.
Yeah.
I hate mustard.
It was probably like a Dijon or spicy mustard or
Think I
something.
should get that, Richie? Think I should get that, Richie?
On the TV.
I have a counter question to that.
Yeah, what's that?
If not tonight, then another night. Couple rounds?
Yeah, sure.
Bring it.
Take that as a yes.
All right. That game is my jam.
Yeah.
Well,
I also have the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which I was like,
Oh, we're going to war. Me and this one, we're going to war.
Yeah.
Those games. Fighting games awaken a beast.
They do.
They do.
You especially.
Oh, I know, because you are very competitive in fighting games.
You're
very competitive in general. I've seen you play Mario Party. You won and were pissed because you didn't know how the game worked.
Wait.
Yeah, that was the first time we played Mario Party.
First time I played Mario Party, I won, and I was like, this is like the elections. I don't get it.
Wait, you know what the funny thing is, though?
What?
Like, my favorite Mario Party memory was you were your typical competitive vitriolic self.
Yeah.
But we had the one friend over, and they, our one friend is, like, super shy and sweet and soft-spoken, and they'll apologize if they fuck somebody over.
Yeah.
And then, by the very end, we were so focused on screwing each other and Oathbreaker over that by the end we weren't keeping track of the
score, and they won.
They won, and then the two of us look at each other and we're like,
I'm fine with that outcome.
I'm like,
that's fine.
You're like, I'm fine with this, and I said, they're too adorable to be mad.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
But yeah,
it's like being mad at a puppy.
Yeah.
You can.
They really are just like a
puppy.
I was like,
but like in the best way, not like in a good
way.
way.
Yeah. It's like I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I'm surprised that episode 68 was. Is it? No, 67.
Okay.
No, we're past that. Remember?
No, we're on 67.
If you include the bonus episodes, then we're at 70, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I think
These are mainline episodes.
Okay.
Mainline episodes.
Are numbered.
But speaking of
means
which,
You're 69.
I am.
Yeah. That's just how it worked.
Feels good.
why do I get the feeling that this is gonna?
good.
It's just funny.
The gears are turning in your head now. I can see it. There's gonna be something.
No, I already have a movie planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's behind the green door. I'm kidding. No, we cannot cover pornos on the podcast. I'm sorry. We cannot.
Unless someone pays us
Erotica
to cover the
films-
musical porno Alice in Wonderland movie.
Oh, God. Don't remind me of that movie.
Nate, this one's for you.
Now, for context, my dad torrented a bunch of Alice in Wonderland movies because my dad used to torrent a lot, and he didn't realize which one he gave me. I was 11.
Well, that's the one.
Yeah, because he just went on Pirate Bay and typed in Alice in Wonderland. He found a file that was just 20 movies, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, here, have fun." I watched the Disney one, I watched the BBC one,
That
I
weird
watched the
Russian
90
one.
the weird Czechoslovakian one.
Czechoslovakian.
Yeah, and then and then I got to the one from I think it was 1977, and then I was like, "Dad, what's this?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Dad, what's this?" And I put it onto my computer, and he's like, "You shouldn't be watching that." I'm like, "You gave it to me." And he's like, "No, I did."
It's like a sitcom.
Yeah, honestly, my family kind of is like a sitcom, but in the worst ways.
So that was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. We're out of spoilers. Nice little subversive buddy noir comedy.
Let's go check something real quick. Bear with me uno momento.
If any of you guys are fans of Lethal Weapon, this is mandatory viewing.
It is. It really is. Because it doesn't have Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
go watch The Nice Guys.
Go watch The Nice Guys. It's a lot of
yeah,
fun.
we've all seen it, so we can't cover it. But who knows? Maybe if Oathbreaker makes a masked appearance, we can.
No, they've seen it.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, because remember we covered it.
Yeah. Anyway,
We covered it back in movie club years ago.
years ago.
We'll drag Russell in again.
I'm sure he'd love
Russell
that movie.
would like that.
Yeah.
He strikes me as a Shane Black guy.
Yeah, I can see Russell.
And
I can see Russell like
the Russell episodes are so much fun.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
A mess sometimes.
An absolute mess, but they are fun.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Quarters.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I-
Direct quote.
I want a gif so badly of Erin.
Of me saying that, and then Russell just...
He's like, Jesus Christ. It's
In the murder basement.
Because here's what my brain did. I know Erin was getting mad, so I was like, let her think I've stopped.
Fuck you.
Because I had more queued up in my head, but I stopped. And I'm like, this is going to be funnier if I hold off for a bit.
Here's the best part of it. Here's the best part. You were like, Erin was doing her.
And if you pay attention to me, you can see me plotting it.
Oh yeah,
I
you can
saw
see it in your eyes.
You could,
You're like,
and even.
it's like the
okay.
Grinch smile happening.
Grinch smile. Okay, D, can I tell you what happened? I went back and watched it because while I was in the studio, I was listening to Erin do her thing on Rocky Horror, given the background, and I remember, you were smiling and you were nodding, waiting for the moment, and I was off to the side looking at you. You probably didn't notice, but I was like, don't you fucking do it. I didn't say that, but I was looking at you like, don't.
The look in your eyes like, don't do it.
Bore holes into me.
I was just like, I know it. I know that.
Well, dude, it's not worth it.
And then I'm like, and then there's a beat. Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirters, and then I went like,
And you couldn't be mad. You couldn't be mad because of how fucking precise and bullet fire it was. You were so mad.
I was.
Your face.
You derailed my episode. In the worst way possible.
Hey, it gave us some of our funniest moments.
That is true.
You were laughing the hardest, too.
Yeah, because I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You couldn't believe how far I was taking it.
Yeah.
You were like, finally, it's calmed down. They've stopped.
It's like a moment of safety, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You see, I've seen, it's like they said, horror, comedy goes hand in hand. And know how to mix the two of them together. And it's like just when you think you're safe. Boom.
That comes out.
That's when you do it.
Yeah.
It's galaxy blame stuff, you know.
One of these days, I gotta get you back for it. But yeah, I'm glad the two of you enjoyed this movie. It was a blast to go back to, and Val Kilmer, as established, great. If you need proof that he was great, watch this movie or watch The Prince of Egypt, which we also covered.
Yeah.
We did cover that.
But yeah,
I was like, what is in the back of that book? I never looked at it.
I don't know, I got distracted.
It's hard. It's a Heart of Darkness.
I was looking at the sticker.
Yeah.
I got it from the library for free.
Yeah.
It was they were getting rid of a bunch of books.
I get distracted easily.
Yeah.
You don't say. Road to Perdition.
I noticed there's a really interesting way that the lights reflect off
Piss
of
off.
Because if you see in the stairwell, it like does the lights from that in a very interesting way.
Hey, remember we tried to bring a box spring up an L-shaped staircase?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that didn't happen. It went to the curb.
Yeah.
Hey, Erin, didn't you have a movie you were bringing to the table next?
Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, look at that staircase.
Do I infect you with ADHD somehow?
I think you do, because I'm looking at that scratch in the wall. I'm thinking, did we do that?
I think we did.
That was either the Dracula or the mattress.
I think it was Chris trying to push the mattress up the stairs.
Chris wasn't here.
Oh, who was here that helped with
It was
that movie?
it was Oathbreaker and Blake.
Oh yeah, I think it was Blake trying to push it up the stairs.
He tried so hard.
He did. I appreciate him.
On that note, the stone has been passed to.
Chris,
Yes.
What Chris did was deadlift our dining room
Dining room table.
He's deceptive.
strong.
He's strong, isn't he?
He's strong.
That
He's
thing
strong
must
guy.
weigh at least 100
He
pounds.
deadlifted that.
And he
shit.
just
The thing-
deadlifted it and put it down. And we're like, okay, table's assembled.
In his words, though, it's like a candle burning at both ends, though. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's like, I can do it for 5 seconds. Don't ask more.
Anyway, Erin, the movie ball is yours. What do you got?
Okay. So the day we're recording this is May 1st. If you're familiar with that, for if you're European or pagan or whatever, or just familiar,
Or your calendar man from the DC universe and obsessed with holidays.
or that.
It always comes back to DC to us, doesn't it?
Really
It really does.
Yeah.
So if you're unaware, today is May Day, which is kind of like almost the beginning of summer in a way. Everything's all bright and beautiful, fertility practices,
Yep,
boning, boinking. Whole day of just fun and celebration, maypoles,
Kenny
feasting.
G.
Okay then.
You are such a jackass.
Saxophones blaring while you're boinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kenny G saxophone, you know.
Anyway, as I was saying, to celebrate May Day, I picked a movie that takes place on May Day.
Oh.
So, if you're familiar with the British folk horror scene of the 70s, Dalton knows where I'm going with this. There's a little movie that has a lot of big influence, and it's considered one of the seminal folk horror films, especially the ones out of Britain. That goes way back. So we're next week on Killer Score. We are watching the 1973, one of my favorite films, folk horror film, The Wicker Man. Have a good night.
Bye.
So
42-minute intro.
Oh my god.
this episode's gonna be over an hour and a half.